Good morning. We are going to be reviewing multiplication fact strategies in this video. It's very similar to what we went over yesterday when you took notes in your math journal during our class meeting. So I'm going to go over this. This is actually in your homework book, Homework Connections, page 9 and 10. That's the math book that has the green dot on it. So you might want to get that out so you can follow along, fill in the information, and then have it available for you when you're doing your math facts. When one of the factors is 3, you can think about the doubles fact and then add one more set of the number being doubled. For example, 6 times 3 is 6 doubled, which is 12, plus one more set of 6. So it kind of shows you here that example to where it's 18, okay? And then also you have that example 7 times 3. So you can think 7 plus 7 is 14, and then add one more to get 21. So you can use this strategy with larger numbers too. So if I think of 3 times 25, that's 2 times 25, which would equal 50, plus another 25 is 75. Or 150 times 2 times 3 would be 2 times 150, which I know is 300, plus 150 more. So you can kind of group those together to make things a little bit easier for you. So in number 1, we're going to do an example of this. Shade in the areas and complete the equation. So we have 3 times 5. So just like in the game you played yesterday, I'm going to color in the array 3 times 5, okay? And I'm going to think about 3 times 5 is 15 when I count these all together. I can think of the double strategies also with this because I know that when I double 5, that's 10 plus 15. So I can do 5 times 2 here plus 5. Okay, so I can think of that double strategy. And then here's 3 times 8 as well. So I'm going to color in 3 times 8 here. And then I can do, I can double 8. So 8 times 2 is 16. And then when I add one more plus 8, I'm running out of room, I know that that's 24. So I can use that strategy for any multiplication problem. Number 2 says if you had 2 boxes of 8 crayons and your teacher gave you another box of 8 crayons, how many crayons would you have? Well, I know 2 boxes of 8 crayons is 16, and then I'm going to add another one. So my equation for this would be 2 times 8 and then plus 8. So that would equal 24, okay? Or 8 times 3. And then it says Cody bought 2 bags of 5 apples. He already had 1 bag of 5 apples at home. How many apples does Cody have in all? So he bought 2 bags of 5 apples. So I know 2 times 5 equals 10. And then he already had 1 bag at home. So plus 5 would equal 15 apples. Oh, and up here I forgot to label that this is 24 crayons. I really appreciated looking at the math pages that you guys turned in and seeing that you're labeling your answers. So that's a great thing to do because then we know how many of something. Write a story problem for a doubles plus 1 set times 3 fact. So this is exactly a story problem of doubles plus 1 set. So I'll let you go ahead and write in your own story problem using 2 and 3 as an example. So you can do that on your own. We're going to move to page 10 here, and it says circle the group of 10 in the arrays below and solve the equation. So when I look at this, I know this is 5 and 5. So this is a group of 10. This is a group of 10. This is a group of 10. This one's a group of 10. This one here. This one here. This one here. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 groups of 10. Count by tens, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70. And I know that's 70 there. So now I'm going to do my groups of 10 a little bit different. I'm going to go vertically. My other ones were horizontal. So I'm going to group all of these groups of 10. And there are 9 groups of 10. Now I'm guessing most of you know your 9's facts, but I can count by tens. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90. Easy. Okay. So when you understand place file, multiplying large numbers by 10 can be easy too. If I have 10 times 250, I'm just going to add a 0 behind 25. Same with 670 times 10. I'm just going to add another 0. So anytime you multiply something by 10, you're going to add a 0. So I don't even have to know what 7 times 10 is. I just know that I'm going to add a 0 after 7 because I'm multiplying by 10. Anytime you multiplying by 10, multiply by 10, you're just adding a 0. So remember, multiplying is adding the numbers together, getting more numbers. Division is getting less, is dividing it up, okay? So now we have half 10 facts. When one of the factors is 5, you can multiply the other factor by 10 and then divide the answer in half. So if I have 5 times 6, I can think of 6 times 10 equals 60, and then I divide 60 in half, which is 30, okay? So 5 times 6 is 30. So those are the steps for this. Here's some half 10 facts. It's a ratio table. So I'm going to fill in my missing numbers. So 1 times 10 and 1 times 5. So I've got 2, and I'm going to take 2 and 20. And if I'm multiplying them by 5, that's going to be half of 20. Okay. If I have 3 times 10 is 30. Half of 30 is 15. 4 times 10 is 40. Half of 40 is 20. 5 times 10 is 50, or I double 25. And then 6 times 10 is 60, and half of 60 is 30. So that's my ratio table for that. Max had 6 dimes in his pocket. How much money did he have? So I know that it would be 6 times 10 because a dime is 10 cents. So I'm just going to add a 0 to 6, and I know it's 60 cents. And you can do cent sign like this also. Jose had 7 nickels in his pocket. How much money did he have? Well, I know that 7 nickels is 5 cents. And I know 7 times 10 is 70, and half of 70 is 35. So he had 35 cents. Okay. And then if Susie bought 9 baskets with 5 large peaches in each basket, how many peaches did she buy? Well, I know that 9 times 10 is 90. Half of 90 is 45. 9 times 5 is 45. So she had 45 peaches. Okay, so make sure that you've completed these homework pages with me. It's kind of a I do, you do kind of activity because you can turn these in on Friday as work that you have done. I've just done it with you so you understand what we're looking for in multiplication fact strategies. Thanks for listening.